Hi, welcome to House News. As global economic uncertainty continues to affect international relations, the House strengthens bilateral cooperation with Thailand and Mexico. The initiative focuses on expanding collaboration across trade, tourism, agriculture, and other strategic sectors to support economic resilience and regional stability.
As the current global economic uncertainty continues to impact international relations, the House of Representatives encourages stronger bilateral ties and expanded cooperation across various sectors with partner countries. Chairperson of Commission 1 of the House, Utut Adianto, mentioned Indonesia and Thailand have opportunities to expand their partnership. Efforts to increase trade, strengthen tourism, and promote local currency transactions are expected to support stronger economic ties between both countries.
Dari Thailand kita banyak belajar bagaimana negara ini dengan raw material agriculture, mereka menjadi negara yang kuat. Ukuran kuat antara lain cadangan devisa mereka besar sekali. Menurut catatan saya itu ada di 230 miliar dolar. Kita saling belajar, kita saling mengisi.
In addition, the ambassador of Thailand to Indonesia, Prapandi Siatat, highlighted opportunities to strengthen interparliamentary relations to support regional cooperation. More intensive communication between legislative institutions can contribute to better coordination in addressing economic and geopolitical challenges. Furthermore, he underlined collaboration among ASEAN countries remains important to ensure regional unity and stability.
Well, hopefully, I would like to see more closer interaction with the Parliament. Perhaps the Thai parliamentarians and the Indonesian parliamentarians can have closer engagement in the future, which would be very beneficial for both our countries and create more understanding between us.
On separate occasion, member of Indonesia-Mexico Parliamentary Friendship Group, Herman Hairon, mentioned the meeting with the Mexican ambassador represented a positive development following a long period of vacancy at the Mexican embassy in Indonesia. Discussion during the meeting covered several strategic issues, including trade, food cooperation, and the creative industry.
Bahkan ada beberapa yang dalam pandangan kami sangat krusial. Pertama terkait dengan dilarangnya ataupun diembargonya hasil udang Indonesia ke Meksiko. Kami sudah dibicarakan dengan Kementerian Agriculture di sana dan bahkan dengan grup kerjasama bilateral parlemennya Meksiko kami juga sudah bicarakan, termasuk tentu di dalamnya adalah bagaimana kita memulai untuk kerjasama pengadaan daging sapi yang saat ini memang masih terkendala dengan status halal. Ini banyak hal yang secara ekonomi tentu menjadi keuntungan bagi kedua belah pihak.
Furthermore, Herman Hairon said Indonesia and Mexico share many similarities, including in the film industry and culinary sector. These similarities are viewed as a valuable asset in developing closer cooperation between the two countries. TVR Parliament report.
Commission 9 asked the government to increase preventive measures against the potential spread of hantavirus in Indonesia. Proposed measures include increased border monitoring, improved healthcare preparedness, and more public education efforts.
Recent hantavirus cases in several countries have raised concerns across the world, including in Indonesia. The House urged the government to increase monitoring and preventive measures, particularly at entry points such as airports, seaports, and border crossings. Speaker of the House, Dr. Anaris Kausa Puan Maharani, emphasized the government must remain alert to the threat of hantavirus. All ministries and institutions are expected to strengthen coordination, surveillance, and comprehensive mitigation efforts to prevent the spread of the virus at an early stage. Based on data from the Ministry of Health from 2024 to 2026, a total of 256 suspected hantavirus cases were recorded, with 23 confirmed cases identified in several regions across Indonesia. The trend also shows an increase from 1 case in 2024 to 70 cases in 2025 and 5 cases recorded as of May 2026. Commission 9 of the House asked the government to improve contact tracing, strengthen healthcare facility preparedness, and expand public education efforts. These measures are important after reports of the spread of the Andes antivirus abroad, which is known to capable of human-to-human transmission and considered to have high mortality rate.
Juga bisa menyebar antar manusia. Yang kedua, angka kematiannya tinggi, 35% sampai 50%. Kemudian vaksinnya belum ditemukan dan obatnya juga belum ditemukan, sehingga obat-obat yang ada hanya suportif untuk meningkatkan daya tahan tubuh kita. Karena menular antar manusia ke manusia, maka pemerintah harus serius mengamati pergerakan penyakit ini meskipun penyakit ini belum masuk ke Indonesia.
TVR Parliament Report.
At the Indonesian Parliamentary Women's Caucus Forum, the House Speaker highlighted the role of women in Parliament, emphasizing their representation should lead to more inclusive public policies. The forum is seen as a national platform to support women's participation in shaping gender-responsive policy.
Despite the continued increase in the number of female legislators, women's representation in Parliament still requires further improvement. Speaker of the House, Dr. Anaris Kausa Puan Maharani said, women's participation in politics is important to shape policies that support women and children. Currently, there are 130 female legislators in the House of Representatives. This number represents about 22.4% of the total seats in the parliament. Meanwhile, the Regional Representative Council has 40 female members. Even though the data indicates progress, Puan mentioned the figure remains below the 30% affirmative target for women's representation in parliament. Therefore, Puan encouraged all elements of society, including civil society organizations and non-governmental organizations, to enhance women's political participation.
Jadi semakin banyak peran dari seluruh stakeholder, NGO, kemudian seluruh elemen masyarakat akan menjadi lebih baik, dan KPPRI yang ada di parlemen ini tentu saja bisa menjadi jembatan antara legislatif, pemerintah dengan jejaring-jejaring yang ada di luar parlemen dan pemerintah. Jadi hal ini tentu saja akan sangat baik kalau KPPRI yang ada sekarang ini bisa bersinergi dan berkoordinasi.
President Director of Indonesian Parliamentary Women's Caucus, Badi Kenita Sitepu explained the forum will continue to build cooperation with various civil society organizations to promote women's advocacy. Key issues include the implementation of the Sexual Violence Crimes Law, the Domestic Workers Protection Bill, as well as efforts to achieve the 30% affirmative target for women's representations in Parliament.
Nah, ke depan KPPRI akan menyusun jadwalnya, tetapi juga KPPRI juga akan terus membentuk KPP di provinsi dan kabupaten kota.
Adila Enjaya, TVR Parliament Report.
After the break, more updates from Commission 3 of the House. Stay tuned to House News. The National Police arrested hundreds of foreign nationals suspected of being involved in an international online gambling syndicate. In response, the Speaker of the House urged more intensive supervision of foreigners to prevent Indonesia from becoming a hub for international online gambling activities.
More than 300 foreign nationals were arrested in a raid on alleged online gambling operation in Jakarta. Many were foreigners who reportedly entered Indonesia using its visa-free or visa-on-arrival facilities. Responding to this, Speaker of the House Dr. Anaris Kausa Puan Maharani emphasized Indonesia should not become a transit point or operational base for international online gambling networks. She also urged the government to take firm action against those involved in this cross-border cybercrime. Furthermore, Puan affirmed the presence of international online gambling networks could threaten national security and disrupt public order. Such activities could also lead to cybercrime, money laundering, and other social problems in society. Therefore, she demands more intensive coordination among institutions, including law enforcement agencies, immigration authorities, the Ministry of Communication and Digital Affairs, and the Financial Transaction Reports and Analysis Center or PPATK to limit the movement of online gambling networks.
Ya, kita harus melakukan antisipasi, jangan sampai kemudian kalau kemudian ada pihak-pihak yang berkeinginan menjadikan Indonesia sebagai tempat persinggahan atau sebagai tempat utama judi online, tentu saja itu jangan sampai terjadi.
The House urged the government to strengthen supervision and law enforcement against transnational online gambling networks to protect Indonesia from the growing threat of digital crimes that may endanger the public and national stability. Fajar and Rizky, TVR Parlemen, report.
Commission 3 highlighted the growing threat of artificial intelligence misuse in manipulating court verdict data and evidence within the Supreme Court case tracking information system. The Commission urged enhanced cybersecurity efforts to defend the integrity of the judicial process from digital interference.
Commission 3 emphasized the importance of strengthening digital data security amid the rapid advancement of artificial intelligence. Improved protections are necessary to prevent manipulation of court rulings and electronic evidence within the Judicial System Case Tracking Information System, or SIPP. Member of Commission 3 of the House, Mercy Christy Barens, appreciated the modernization of Indonesia's judicial system through the implementation of SIPP, which has been developed by the Supreme Court since 2011. The digitalization of legal services represents a step toward building a more transparent, efficient, and accountable judicial system. However, she emphasized the need for continued improvement of digital security within the judicial environment. With the rapid advancement of artificial intelligence, electronic documents, audiovisual materials, and court decision data face increasing risk of manipulation.
Kaitan dengan keamanan data. Tadi kita memberikan atensi yang sangat serius karena ini melalui sistem digital ya, sehingga keamanan data yang berkaitan dengan data-data elektronik, apakah PDF, apakah data yang berbasis email, audio visual maupun data-data elektronik yang lain harus dapat diverifikasi secara benar. Karena belakangan ini kita udah tahu ya, data apa saja itu oleh AI dapat dirubah menjadi macam-macam, bahkan yang kami takutkan sampai dengan pengamanan terhadap putusan pengadilan yang memang dirilis lewat sistem SIPP ini ya. Oleh sebab itu pengamanan harus segera dilakukan dalam rangka mengatasi serangan cyber dan manipulasi data putusan hakim dan barang bukti lainnya yang dirilis lewat pengadilan.
Additionally, Mary explained enhanced cybersecurity is needed to maintain public trust in a modern judicial system. Therefore, she requested continuous improvements in the security of judicial decisions and electronic evidence to prevent cyber attacks and data manipulation. Bella and Samsul, TVR Parlemen, report.
And that's our House News for today. Bye!